One of the aspects that we wanted to talk about and what made this an advanced conflict resolution session is making sure that we talk about it. We talked quite a bit about negotiations, right?
We did.
Evelyn Sakia?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's about needs and interests. Sometimes folks negotiate very positionally.
Yes.
And I think one of the best examples that want to give negotiation, which is connected to mediation, which is a perfect segue, but we'll hold that in advance. I think we'll talk about the orange later on.
Yes.
But facilitation, folks, let's just give you a definition. Sometimes in the community, sometimes in organizations, sometimes in your family, facilitator is somebody who generates dialogue and conversation among a group of stakeholders. Facilitation is used quite a bit in a lot of different sectors in the workplace. Facilitation is an opportunity for a third party who has no vested interest necessarily in the organization or the process, other than to make sure that folks are coexisting, they're treating each other with civility and respect, they're following a series of ground rules. So Evelyn, you have an example of a facilitation you did recently, and if you can tell our listeners, who the stakeholders were, of course, without revealing the organization, but just set up for us what that facilitation consisted of.
Okay, so in this particular facilitation that I was doing with a group, an organization very large, but they had individuals that were very crucial positions in which they assisted many individuals under them. And the thing about it, Joe, with this is that they work very hard, long hours, around the clock it seems. And but the issue was basically communications. The thing too, what happens again when we talk about conflict resolution and things of this nature, underneath all of this stuff that gets in the way is communications. So as you stated, my purpose as a facilitator for this group was to come and to facilitate conversation and an understanding of what everyone's job is, going over those facts, making sure that they understood that, because some people were new. And it's like, oh, I'm not clear, or didn't see each other often. Because, people worked at different hours. So there wasn't certain what they were working on. So to be able to find parameters in which they could work together.
And coexist.
Yes, definitely. As well as finding time to have meetings so that they could stay on top of what's going on, what everyone is doing. As well as when there was complications or issues that came up, would be very useful for everyone understanding how do they handle it.
That's right.
Because it would help them in the long run when it happens over here on the left.
Okay. So are there any specific rules of engagement? You came in as an outside third-party facilitator.
Yes.
Tell our listeners about those rules of engagement.
Okay.
And how did you make sure that you validated the perspectives, which I'm sure were different, of everybody in the room?
Well, the first rule is that is civility and respect is something that we need to practice consistently.
Sure.
No matter what it is that we're doing, we need to have civility and respect. What does that consist of? One person speaks at a time. Because we love to overtalk one another. You're talking, I'm going to talk too. But we also need to value what's being said. Now, how do we do that? You got to raise your hand. Especially because this is in an environment, okay, we want to hear what everyone is saying. Regardless of 10 people, 5 people, 200, 500, we need to raise our hand one at a time to be acknowledged. Then you speak your question or your statement. I respond to that. Others can respond to that in a wonderful manner, even though you can disagree. We have to have an understanding of, I'm still going to have respect for you, not curse you out, not disrespect you, not yell at you, but I want to hear. And when one person is speaking, all the other hands need to put their hands down. Because sometimes I find what happens, and I know you do as well, is that when someone else still has their hand up, you're waving. You're so busy that you want your question out there. You're not hearing the question that's on